Any opportunity that I've gotten to be around other creative people, I am so deeply grateful for. There is an importance to being around people with the same creative mind as you, or the same level of creativity as you. I don't care what it is, like whether it's dancing, music, photography, art, theater. When you are a creative person, feeding off of other creative people and other creative people feeding off of you is just a complete luxury. And when you're an adult, or should I say before you become an adult, they don't tell you how hard it is to make friends on your own. Unless you have something established already, you have to go out there and you have to find your people, whatever that may look like. And so whatever chance you can get, if you are a creative person, find that community to be creative with, because that will teach you a lot, and it will also be one of the best feelings in the world. And I was thinking about this because I do a little bit of everything, except I don't dance and I don't act or do anything like that, or at least not yet. And I wouldn't really mind getting into it. It's not in the front of my mind that often. But I've thought about all the times I've been around people that are talented and creative, and how wonderful that is. Even if we aren't discussing anything like art related, having that type of community in your life as a person who is creative, it will build you. Because being creative can be very lonely. And when you socialize, when you put being social into it, it changes the way you look at what you do. And it may not be for everybody. It may not be everybody's thing to be social with what they create or what they do. But I personally recommend it. At least once in your life. At least once. Find different groups of people that hit every hobby you have. Even with hobbies, by the way, surrounding yourself with people that are like-minded in that way and have that mindset you have. I don't care if you're into cars. I don't care if you're into skateboarding. I don't care if you like to fish. I don't care if you like yoga and that's your passion. I don't care what it is. Find a group of people, multiple groups of people, whatever the case, that have that type of passion. Because when you're doing it by yourself, or at least in my personal experience, it starts to feel like a chore. And a lot of the time, especially if you're somebody who does visual art, a lot of your experience is, or a decent amount of your experience maybe, this isn't everybody, but it's going to be a lot of creating and not a lot of people looking at it. So having people to socialize with and also look at what you create from another creative mind, that is super important to whatever process that you have of getting better at what you want to do, or what you are doing, sorry. And for some reason in 2024, socializing is such a weird thing now. Everybody is lonely, but nobody likes each other enough to want to socialize. Or we heavily worry about how we're perceived, so it's uncomfortable trying. Or no one has trust in each other, and nobody's trustworthy at the same time. And so it's just like a weird combination of different things going on. And it has made it so it takes a lot more courage. Like, let's say the 90s, for example. Obviously, of course, back then it would take courage to, approach somebody in public or whatever the case, or actively like go out there and be in a social group and find new people to socialize with. Like, back then that was just what it is, because what else was there to do? But like now it feels like a lot. It feels like there's a lot more to worry about. There's a lot more overthinking, a lot less trust, a lot less decorum, if that's the word to use. And so it's harder. But try and find the courage to get out there and socialize and find different groups that hit different creative marks for you. So if you're a person that likes to do everything, find different groups and build trust, build bonds, and also build connections. That's also really important. When you go out and you socialize with people that do things that you like to do, building connections is so important, because one day somebody you meet is going to need you. Oh, I know somebody who knows how to do this. Oh, I know somebody who knows how to do that, and that person's you. Oh, I know a person that I just met at yada 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 yada. I can call them, or I can find their number, and you've created so many connections that you are bound to be built based off those connections. And you may be somebody that other people hope they can get a connection from you. It's one of finding creative people. It's one of those times where you kind of, again, from my perspective, you kind of don't mind giving of yourself, because you know how important it would be if somebody gave you ideas, gave you criticism, gave you connections, gave you projects to work on, whatever it may be. Somebody taking a chance on you and being in your space with their creativity is just as important as you being in their space with your creativity. So it's like an equal exchange, and having that, it takes out the chore of being creative. I mean, I was about to say, unless you do it for work, then it's like, well, you are making money. But like, if you do it for work, you do have some type of connection with other people, most likely, who are also creative. Maybe. I don't know. But don't be afraid to go out there and find people.